I respect my whole team, my family, you know, the UFC for giving me this opportunity, giving me this international fight week, and with me being able to perform and live up to my abilities. I'm just so grateful.
I think a lot of people are excited for this matchup because Niko is such an unorthodox fighter that they were excited to see you in positions and moments in there that maybe you can't train for and see how you would do on the fly. So I guess, what was it like actually being in there with Niko Price?
It was a little bit more than I expected, to be honest, because usually when I slam people like that, they turn into their belly trying to get up. He throwing hammer fists this way, that way, left, right, and they're connected, giving me eggs on my eyes, you know. So definitely had something that I had never seen before, and I'm proud of myself for overcoming and performing the way that I did.
And, you know, we've seen Niko finish a lot of people off his back with strikes and submissions and everything. So it's one thing to watch it on tape and prepare for it. It's another thing to see it. Because when you were on top of him, he immediately started throwing elbows and hammer fists from the bottom. So I guess, what's that like?
Yeah, I'm not sure if the first elbow he threw is what had me leaking or when me slamming and our faces colliding. But I know everything happened so fast, I just know I seen blood and I knew it was mine because I was smelling it. And then that shark instinct kicked in and I was like, woo, let's get it, baby. Let's show this world, let's get a bonus, hopefully, performance of the night, you know, and get the UFC fans want me back in there as quick as possible.
So that was going to be one of my questions. I guess, what do you want the rest of your year to look like? Do you want to be really active? Do you want a slow rise? What do you want for your career?
I want to go home and hug my daughter and my son and, you know, recover to the point where I feel good, and then we'll talk. But right now, I'm just going to live this moment.
Is it almost annoying that, you know, fighters, they spend weeks at a time preparing, they're grinding it out, they win, and the first thing we ask is, all right, what's next?
No, because we do this for y'all, you know. The fans, the people that aren't capable of doing this, you know. I might ignite somebody that didn't believe that they had the ability to do it and then start busting their ass and become a UFC fighter themselves, you know. That stuff is what gets me going. It's not all, oh, I'm this God-given ability. Everybody needs to praise me. It's never been nothing like that, you know. It's for you guys, man. So, God love it.
And then just last one for me. When Niko stood up pretty quickly, he was upset, helped you up, and then you guys kind of hugged and had a few words for each other. What did you guys say in there?
Oh, I just told him how much I respected him because I didn't know nothing about him. I didn't watch any videos. And then I was in my hotel room and I got a little nervous than I usually do every fight. So I got on his Instagram, looked him up, and I seen his family, all his kids, and how much he reminded me of me when I get money. The shit that I would do is what he doing. And I'm like, man, I would love to fucking kick it with Niko Price, you know? And I told him that. And that's just what it was. With him getting up the way that he did, I think it was because I didn't let the submission go. Because the ref told me, don't stop until I stop you, even if you think he tapped. And I knew he was tapping, but the ref didn't move in as quick as he should have. So, I mean, it was what it was, but that's what our job is. So we cleared that up real quick.
I don't think he was, it didn't seem like he was upset at you. It just seemed like he was upset that he lost.
Yeah.
Like, just a bummer.
So, yeah. That's, you know, take it how you take it. That was just my point of view from me, you know.
Talk a little bit about the power of that choke, because once you locked it in, it didn't even seem like you fully had the legs around him, and he didn't even see it coming.
Yeah, when I locked that choke up, I haven't locked one of those up ever, like, unless they let me lock it up, showing me this is how you get to it. But when I start going live and fighting in the restaurant training, it's hard for me to get that, even on my teammates that I'm training with as lightweights. And when I got it, I was like, oh, I've never felt it like this. I know this is something special. And then I threw the foot in, and that cinched up, and I just knew it was over. I was not going to not. So I was going to squeeze until I couldn't stand up. So
up to this point, you've had all the finishes with the hands, but now you've got a submission. Which did you like a little bit better?
The hands, because look at this eye. I ain't never had to deal with that. And, actually, when I was 7 years old, my little sister, she's 2 years younger than me, her name is Jalen Smith. I'm telling you, before I fought Niko Price, she was my toughest fight. Now Niko Price is my toughest fight.
You still probably don't mess with your sister though.
Yeah, oh, she's about it.
And last for me, I mean, what was the best part tonight? Was it going out to this big crowd? Was it getting the Joe Rogan we got out there, or was it the fact that you got your first submission victory?
It was coming out of there and coming back down to the human me, because in there I was feeling like a god in a sense. And I was walking back, running out, just living it out. And then when I see my wife, I was like, oh, this is me, kiss her. I'm like, that was the greatest moment, like getting back to my family and knowing, thinking like I'm this much closer to getting to my son and daughter. So other than that, everything else, I just live for the moment.
Jacobe over here. They mentioned on the broadcast you being the biggest betting favorite in UFC history. Was that something on your mind going into the fight that can, for some fighters, it's a lot of pressure?
No, when things get crazy like that, I just shut them out because I don't really care about none of that. Because coming up, I was always the dark horse. Like nobody came to me and was like, "I'll pick you first." Like da da da, and like just to hear it, like it was like cool and all, but I didn't really think too much of it.
Yeah. And is there a type of opponent you want next? I mean, again, you were a big favorite. You were expected to win tonight. Is there like, do you like kind of how your career is going in terms of the opponents you fought so far in the UFC?
Absolutely. I think God got a plan for me. I ain't really gonna speak too much on that because this is a business and there's so many people in here that they got to deal with and get in, and attitudes, not getting the fight, this and that. So I'm gonna play my role and stay respectful, and hopefully that put me on the radar to where they give me a call and let me know and we get to talking business.
And how much of this win is to your team? We see, Coach Safe there. You train with Jeff Neal. You got a lot of really high-level fighters at Fortis. I know there's a standard that's sort of set there in that gym. How much has that sort of led you in the right direction to where you're at in your career?
I give all my teammates credit. I wouldn't be here without them, I would have had to find a different route. God knows how that would have been, All we can do is talk and reminisce on what it could have been. But all we do know is this is what it is, and I'm grateful for Jeff Neal, Max, Ramirez, Kyle Crutchmer, everybody that's crossed my path, even the coaches out at AKA before I moved to Fortis. Like, I'm grateful for it all. I don't take nothing for granted.
Yeah. And last one for me, what does a post-fight celebration look like for you tonight? I know you're a family man. Just gonna, go take it easy, have some good food, and watch the rest of the fights.
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna try to get up to 180 pounds. Is what I'm gonna try to do.
Yeah. Congrats on the win. Just a quick one for me.
Yes, sir.
You mentioned you saw how Niko spends that money. You're calling for a bonus. You never know what could happen. If you do get that 50,000, what's happening?
No, nothing. That ain't enough. I'm gonna keep living like I live. I mean, I'm not calling for the bonus. It's just if it happens, I'm moving in a direction to, hopefully be living like Niko. I seen his Instagram one time. And, I'm not a hater and I'm not somebody that idolizes anybody or anything, but I respect what he's doing. He loves his kids. He's there for them. He got 7 of them. I used to want 10. I got 2, and I'm like, wanting to pull my hair out. It's crazy, and I respect that. I'm just here to learn from everything and everybody, not just fighting.
I just wanted to go back real quick. Your answer, sorry, left side of you again. When you were talking about the betting number and growing up being an underdog all the time, I guess can you explain how to shift that mindset when you're always an underdog? That probably drives you a lot. It probably like motivates you to go to the next level, and then all of a sudden everybody's like, no, you're not an underdog anymore. Like everybody thinks you're gonna win. Like how do you change that mindset?
I just keep doing what I do, putting myself in the fire, never getting comfortable in training, always making it a competition to where I'm getting better, don't settle with success, I go in the training room every day and I'm busting my ass. If I feel like it's easy, I'm hitting up I got so many options, a different teammate to push me in a different angle, so I just switch up the way things look that week.
Jacobe, straight back, all the way back.
Yes.
DC and Rogan were talking during the fight that this is a great learning opportunity for you, and that maybe you had learned some things to level up fighting Niko. I know it hasn't been, but a minute since you had the fight, but your immediate reaction to that, do you feel like you've learned something in there that's going to change how you approach the fight going forward?
There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that You know, a lot of people like to hide them or not mention them because, you know, other fighters will exploit them. I don't got nothing to hide. Like, I'm small right now. And eventually, I'm going to be getting big to the point where I don't have to really rely on, you know, certain things that I think I have to. So it's just pushing forward and getting better everywhere. And where I think I'm the best, just keep sharpening them tools with the swords and teammates that I got. Thank you.